Alright, so it's been a few weeks here. I've kind of had to put this project on hold, and so now I'm ready to kind of get back to it. We're going to take this fuel pump apart and just kind of see what is inside of it if we can. It's a 1/4 inch. And if we can figure out why maybe it wasn't pumping and somebody felt the need to bypass it. Looks like there's just a few screws here. So this is an Initech motor. It's just the single cylinder Initech motor. I'm used to like I think the V-twins or whatever. So I just want to see what is maybe in this guy, if I can get it apart. Oh, see? There's that. So it looks like maybe this metal part, oh yeah, it comes off too. There's some gaskets there, and then there's a diaphragm, which really doesn't look like it's in that bad a shape. It looks pretty good. But you got these little parts that have to seal up real good. So we'll just go ahead and let's get these hoses off of here. I see there's some gunk down in here. And if this is the same fuel pump that some of these twin cylinders use, I might have a gasket set for it. Let me look. Parts. Kit fuel pump. And then I also have, oh, that's gasket intake. I think this might be the right kit. I don't know. It's got a... Let's see if this is the same. I think this is off of a twin cylinder. Ooh, it might have an extra couple of springs here. Or something. Got that gasket. It's got that one that's the same. I'll show you here. So that one looks the same. And this one here, that looks the same. So I think maybe, does this come apart any further? It does. It looks like it's in 2 pieces here too. That must be where the other parts are. Let me get this hose clamp off. I'm sorry if y'all are listening to the fan noise, but it's kind of warm today. It's I don't want to sweat to death. Something else going on here. Like it's like somebody's took this apart and lost half the pieces to it or something. What's up with that crap? Oh, man. Okay. Well, somebody's clearly had this all apart before, and I can see where 2 of the springs would go. But I'm showing a 3rd spring, and I don't know where that 3rd spring is supposed to go. I mean, I have a 3rd spring in the kit. So, that kit may just have an extra spring in it for a different model or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to go and do a little research and see if I can find anything before I put this back together. And then we'll try to get this together the right way and get it all, you know, pumping fuel again. Okay, so, okay. Alright, so I went in, I looked up like multiple pictures of this kit. And this does take the same kit as the V-twin one I was thinking of, and every kit only had 2 of these springs. So I think this kit just came with an extra spring is all it is, and somebody stuffed an extra one in the bag. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all my new parts back in this bag, and we'll clean everything up and put this together. Somebody's taken this apart before evidently. The diaphragm and everything was good. It might have been a little stretched out, but for some reason they probably thought like, oh, it don't need no springs, and they put it back together. It's like without all the parts, or they lost them. I don't get that. Like, I see that all the time in small engines. People just leave parts out, and then they wonder why it doesn't run. You know, so at full power, this engine, it's going to take quite a bit of fuel. And just to make sure it always has the right level, it's got to have a fuel pump so that it gets an adequate fuel supply. Otherwise, it's going to starve for fuel and not run very well. Got fuel running, everything's good. So I got a choke, I got a kill switch, that's on, choke's on. Wow, she's a beast. So she runs. She wasn't making electricity there at first because she did not have enough RPMs. So until these hit 3600, they won't make any power at all. So let me find a light to plug into this guy or something. And oh, there we go. Now it's turned on. Okay, so now I'm going to plug it in over here at the generator. When I first started up, because it doesn't have enough RPMs, it will make 0 electricity. So it has to spin up to a certain speed before it can even energize the field coils to start making any electricity at all. So go ahead and flip my kill switch back to on. I'll fire it up here. Alright, so really they're not like a pretty much free generator. I think I might have gave some money for that one. I think I might have given them $100 or something for it a couple years ago. But there's really nothing at all wrong with it, other than it was just dirty and needed cleaned up, and I gotta adjust the speed. So I'll get the dwell tack put on there, and we'll adjust it out to run like we're at 3,600 RPMs, and then we'll put some load on it and test it out. But you know, they were saying it won't make any electricity even when it runs. Well, it didn't have the right fuel pump there, and the carburetor's all gummed up. Somebody's always been in there playing with the speed settings and everything, so it's not running at the right speed. And unless those hit like right at 3,600 RPM, you know, below that they make pretty much nothing. Once you hit that speed, it's like full power. And it's just because it's got to come up to a certain speed before it actually starts to begin to energize the stator. And then once that stator starts to get energized, then the rotor starts making current. So we're good to go. It makes me happy. That baby was that enough power. I can run 220 off of it and power some real stuff up if I need to. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, Frugal Prepper. Everybody, be happy, be frugal out there.